Hey, you spread love.
Mari's name is mariposa, which means butterfly in Spanish, right? So that's like, I think that's God kind of like winking at me. But so a caterpillar is a larva, right? What a caterpillar does, the way it eats is it like chews leaves, right? It chews leaves, it grows, it like molts its skin, it grows some more, it molts its skin. And then the transformation process happens when the chrysalis or the cocoon, right, happens. It goes inside the cocoon. Look this up. A caterpillar digests itself. Literally, like if you've ever gone up, like when you were a kid, if you ever squeezed a cocoon or a chrysalis, like the like green goo that came out of it, you were like, oh man, I just crushed a caterpillar. No. The caterpillar literally eats itself. Like it dissolves. There are enzymes inside of that goo that inside of the caterpillar that allows it to dissolve all of its tissue. And then as it morphs into a butterfly, there's actually proteins that rebuild it. What? And when a butterfly comes out, a caterpillar eats solid food, right? It like chews a leaf. It eats solid food. It's got mouth parts that like chew. Yeah. It's got an abdomen that has prolegs. So it's got like little legs that like that they crawl on, right? It has little antennas.
Yeah.
It's got oculi that they say are simple eyes. Like it just needs to see like what's right in front of them. It sees the little plant that it lives on and eats. It has no wings. It just kind of crawls around on a leaf. That's what it does. But when it becomes a butterfly, it now has a suctioning device that sucks liquid out of food. It eats completely different than it did as a caterpillar. The abdomen no longer has legs. It grows these antennas that are much like more, they're longer antennas. They feel more around them. Their eyes are compound. They actually see color now. They never saw that before. Their eyes have been opened. They see much more of the world. They've obviously got wings, so they get to fly. They've become a completely different thing. Now, here's the crazy thing. Scientists have done studies where they've taken caterpillars, and when they've processed into butterflies, they taught them something as a caterpillar, had them do something like very, very basic things. When it became a butterfly, it remembered how to do what it did as a caterpillar. It's no longer a caterpillar, but it remembers some of the actions it did as a caterpillar. When we are transformed into a new creation, sometimes we remember old ways of doing life. But if I'm a caterpillar and I suction from a flower and I try to go eat from a plant, I can't. I'm going to die. I don't even have the parts to eat the nutrients from the plant, from a leaf anymore. I have to get source of life from somewhere else. The caterpillar and the butterfly, I think, is by far the gospel played out in front of us. Like it literally dies and becomes a new creation and completely lives differently, sees the world differently, travels differently, gets its source of life differently than it did as an old creation. So I think what happens when people start going back and doing things like when it's like, when Paul's like, hey, stop doing that. Like that. Why are you acting like that? That's not what we do. It's like me talking to a butterfly being like, why are you trying to eat a leaf, bro? You can't get life there. There's no life. That's old way of living. Like, no. You get to go suction life out of flowers. And then what does a butterfly do? It flies around and it pollinates and brings life with it wherever it goes.
Wow.
So when I talk about behavior modification, it doesn't make sense because I'm not trying to change your behavior. I'm trying to convince you that you're a butterfly. Because when you understand and learn that you're a butterfly, you're going to go fly and you're going to leave that leaf behind. It's not going to be something that you think you need life from because you know what life looks like now. When you start to experience true life, you don't need that anymore.